will start sharing. All right, so the worksheet I gave you, what I did is I took a worksheet and then I put the steps in how to solve it here. All right, so percent composition, you're going to calculate the molar mass of the compound. And, you know, it's been a while since we've done molar mass. It's probably been like 6 months since we've done molar mass. So we got to dust the cobwebs off that and learning. All right, so what you do, here's our compound. Okay, again, calculate molar mass of the compound. So that's what we're going to do now is calculate molar mass. Okay, here's our compound. This is copper bromide. It has 1 copper atom and 2 bromide atoms. So what we do is we just write down copper, write down bromide, just their symbols. 63.5 and 80 are the atomic masses from the periodic table. So here's the periodic table. Here's copper right here. Atomic mass 63.5. Here's bromine over here, 79.9. Look, you can round to 1 decimal point, but you know, for our purposes, you can round to a whole number most of the time and you'll be just fine. Okay. So, going back to our end, everybody understand where I got 63.5 and 80? Yes? Okay. So you take the atomic mass, which is a 63.5 times 1. 1 is how many copper atoms I have. Okay, and that is 63.5. I have 2 bromines. So when I go 80 times 2, I get 160. Then you add these numbers, and that gives you your molar mass. Questions on how to calculate molar mass? We've done this before. It's just been a while. Okay, any questions? Are there any questions? All right. So next what we do is we take these numbers, the 63.5 and the 160, and divide them by 223.5. And then you turn that into a percent. Okay? That's all there is to it. Now notice the percent here, this adds up to 100. Now, when you're doing these, if you don't get exactly 100, if you're like 101 or 99, don't sweat it. All that is rounding, okay? Again, at this level, what I teach you, what I test you on is procedure or process or concept. Do you know what the process? If you know the process, then we can work on precision, okay? All right, so we'll go through another one here. Okay, I think I have it on draw, but I'm not sure. No, I don't. Oh, come on. All right. Goodness. All right, so we have, this is sodium hydroxide. We have sodium, oxygen, and hydrogen. So I separate it out into the 3 elements. Okay, sodium has a mass of 23. And there's 1 of them. So that's 23 here as well. Oxygen has a mass of 16. I'll go to the periodic table here in just a minute and show it to you. Show you where I got these numbers. Hydrogen has a mass of 1. Plug my charger in. All right. And there's 1 hydrogen. So we add all that up, it's 40. Okay, now I'll go to the periodic table. We have sodium, oxygen, and hydrogen. Come on, computer. There we go. All right. Over here on the left, here's sodium, 22.989. So I just round that to 23. Hydrogen, 1.00. So I round that to 1. Oxygen, 15.999, so I round that to 16. Does everybody understand where I got my numbers? 23, 16, 1. Everybody understand where I got them, yes? Okay. Now, subscripts are 1 on all of these, so that's where these 1s come from. Then I just divide these by 40. Divide all of these by 40 and turn it into a percent. Okay? All right, so 23 divided by 40, that's going to be 57.5%. Everybody understand where I got 57.5%? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, awesome, thank you. All right, next, oxygen, 16 divided by 40, that's 40%. I'll put the percent sign here just to make sure everybody understands. Does everybody understand I changed 0.4 to 40? I don't think I have to go through that with you, right? Okay. And then this is going to be 2.5. And if you add those up, you're going to get 100. Okay. Questions on problem 2? Okay. Next, we haven't dealt with parentheses yet, so I'm going to show you again how to deal with the parentheses. This 2 outside the parentheses tells me I have 2 of everything inside here. So I have 2 NH4s. So nitrogen has a mass of 14, and I've got 2 of them. So that's going to equal 28. Okay. Hydrogen, I have 2 times 4. So hydrogen has a mass of 1. I have 8 of them. So that's a total of 8 right here. Sulfur has a mass of 32. I have 1 of them. So this is 32. Okay. Questions on, do I need to go to the periodic table and show you where I got my numbers? Yes, no? Yep. Here, I'll just go there. We have, here's nitrogen, 14.00. Here's sulfur, 32.066. So I just round that to 32. And hydrogen is 1.00. So we round that to 1. Okay. Add that up. And that is 68. Now, I'm going to round this a little differently when I get my answers to illustrate to you, again, to just relax if you know the process. If your answer is slightly different from the answer key, don't have a panic attack. All that means is you rounded differently than the person making the answer key did. All right, so 28 divided by 68, that's 41. Okay, I'm just going to call that 41%. Okay. Then we have 8 divided by 68. That's 11.7, so I'm going to round that to 12. Then you got 32. And we're going to call that 47. You add that up, it's 100. Okay? Everybody understand what I did here? And I turn these to percents. So this, when you do that on the calculator, this is 0.41, this is 0.12, this is 0.47. Again, I did a little rounding. Okay, when you look at the answer key, they have 41.1, 11.8, 47.1. Okay, these answers are slightly different, but generally the same thing. So don't have a panic attack if your answers aren't exactly like these. Okay, as long as you're real close. I think we'd agree this is real close. As long as you're real close and you're real close to 100 when you add them up, don't panic. You're doing just fine. Okay? All right. Do you have questions? Do you need more examples? I think we're good, but I just need to know. Talk to me out there.
Can you print out the periodic table?
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to stop recording and stop presenting. Now this lesson will be there.